Welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast, where we discover the fight for freedom, fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Your host is Kurt Mercadante, Gallup certified strengths coach, and agency founder who is dedicated to coaching individuals seeking to level up their life and their businesses. The Freedom Club is about unlocking your talents, turning them into strengths, and crushing your objectives. You can learn more at kurtmercadante.com. Welcome to the Freedom Club.
And welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast. I am your host, Kurt Mercadante. I am so happy you are here. I am recording this podcast today from an apartment in Rome, Italy. Today is the final day of our 5-week European vacation. It has been a dream come true. If you follow me on LinkedIn or Facebook, you've seen some of the photos. You know, we've been in London, where I had a very successful Power and Purpose event. We've been to Paris, where I met my coach and lifelong friend, Fraser Cameron, for the first time in person. Our families hit it off. We've been up and down Italy. The other day, I met family I had never met before. It has been a dream come true, and it was all enabled by my abundance mindset, because just a few short years ago, even though my revenue was 5 to 10 times higher, I kept putting off this vacation, right? We needed another $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in the bank account. And I've talked about that here on this podcast, so I won't get into it again, because today's message is very short. It's very simple. There are some people out there, and maybe it's you listening today. You talk such a big game. 3 or 4 times a day on Facebook, you post these big, tough, motivational memes and GIFs, right? These Tony Robbins quotes, all this stuff. You may participate in the hashtag campaigns on LinkedIn. I saw this from one person in particular last night. But when it comes to what you're really doing in your life, it's much different. And I know that because you call me, you call some of my other friends who are coaches. Sometimes you try to bargain down, you try to get free coaching. But in the end, we could give it to you for free and you still wouldn't do it, because the bottom line is you're too afraid. You might say it's about money, but if we offered it for $1, you say no, because the real fear is about doing the hard work. It might be a fear that you have to admit the way you've been doing things for 10, 20, 30 years has not been in your best interest. You'll have to admit that you're in a comfort zone of misery, a comfort zone of blah, a comfort zone of just good enough, and you have to claw your way out. And that is just too much for you to handle, too much for you to admit. And so you hide behind that. You put on a good facade for your friends and family. But I've had personal discussions with you, and I know it's far different. And I would never use names, but I'm calling you out today. I'm calling you out because I care about you. I'm calling you out because you're going to keep doing this for 5 or 10 years, and you're going to be stuck in that comfort zone of misery. And one day you're going to wake up wishing all that time that was spent being full of shit on social media should have been spent fighting for a life of freedom and fulfillment. So my message to you is, cool it on social media. You're not fooling anyone. Your life is a mess. And I don't say that to cast judgment on you. I say that because I have been exactly where you are in the past. But what I want you to do right now is suck it up. Decide you are finally going to make a change. I don't care if you hire me, if you hire someone else, if you don't hire a coach, but that you are actually going to take meaningful steps. That is more than just posting shit on social media, and you are going to find freedom and fulfillment. You're not just going to find it. You're not going to hope that you wake up one morning and suddenly you're free and fulfilled, but you are going to start fighting for it. You are going to start doing the hard work necessary to achieve it. Because if not, everyone can see right through you. And I don't care how many hashtags you use. I don't care how many motivational GIFs you post. You're still going to be stuck in that comfort zone. So that's my very simple, short message for today. Start walking the walk. Don't hide behind social media. Actually fight for freedom and fulfillment in your life. My name is Kurt Mercadante. This has been the Freedom Club Podcast. Thanks for listening.